So, picture this. You are standing right outside the Bombay Stock Exchange on Dalal Street. People are moving, billions of rupees around.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot to take in.
It really is. I mean, they are navigating debt structures, forex hedges, equity derivatives. It looks like pure chaos if you're an outsider looking in. But underneath all that noise is this highly structured mechanical system. So today we're doing a deep dive into a guide to Indian financial markets to basically take apart that machinery.
Exactly. And our mission here is to strip away all that intimidating financial jargon. We want to give you, the everyday retail investor, a really clear mechanical understanding of how these markets actually operate.
Right, because it's kind of like a complex board game, right? You can't possibly win or even play safely if you don't know what the board looks like or who is sitting across the table from you.
That is a great way to put it. And while most people try to interact with this machine by immediately picking a stock or a mutual fund, they want to jump straight into the execution.
Oh yeah, everyone just wants to skip to the fun part.
Right. But the architecture of this guide argues that to actually survive, you have to follow a very specific sequence. We call the 3 A's. So there's phase one, the arena, which is basically looking at the markets and understanding the board.
Okay, makes sense.
Then phase two is the arsenal, where you dissect instruments like debt, equity, and mutual funds. And finally, phase three is the action.
Which is turning all that theory into practice, right? Like asset allocation and the psychology of it all.
You got it. But the key really is the order you learn them in.
Wait, so I get wanting to learn the tools, the arsenal, or diving straight into the action. But spending an entire first phase just studying the arena, I mean, if I already know what a stock is, why do I need to spend so much time studying the environment itself? Isn't that like swinging a baseball bat blindly without knowing the rules of the sport?
Well, yes, skipping straight to the action is a total recipe for disaster. Because without understanding the structural environment, you don't actually know how capital flows. The arena isn't just a backdrop. It dictates the rules of engagement. Understanding the plumbing of the arena isn't just academic. It gives you the structural confidence to actually deploy your capital. It removes the fear that the system is an exclusive club rigged against you. It empowers you to finally step onto Dalal Street with confidence.
But honestly, knowing the board is pretty useless without game pieces.
Yeah, you need something to play with.
So that brings us to phase two, the arsenal. But I mean, what does this actually mean for my actual money when it comes to like risk versus reward? Most people know what a stock is.
Well, the toolkit they describe in phase two really dissects these financial products. It explains the golden rule of balancing risk and return.
Okay, so it goes deeper than just definitions.
Much deeper. It contrasts the mechanical reality of debt, which is fixed income, with the mechanics of ownership, equities. And it talks a lot about liquidity.
How fast you can actually cash out.
Exactly. Because locking your money in an alternative investment fund is a completely different risk profile than, say, a highly liquid mutual fund.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because if the market tanks on a Tuesday, theoretical returns don't mean anything if your money is trapped.
Right. And we can't forget the inevitable taxman's cut. Every single transaction has friction, and taxes are the heaviest friction of all.
So true. Okay, so we have the tools. But hoarding tools doesn't build a house. Which brings us to phase three, the action.
This is where theory turns into practice. Because phase three addresses the investor psychology and the core beliefs that drive our actions. I mean, math goes right out the window during a 20% market correction.
I guess that's true. Your spreadsheet says hold, but your brain is screaming at you to sell everything.
Exactly. It teaches you to build your offense and defense through asset allocation, sure, but also how to maintain your portfolio machine, estimating your insurance, figuring out your retirement needs, while actually managing your own panic and greed.
That is huge. So for you listening, this isn't just about reading a book. Taking this course is a real call to adventure. With each step, your confidence as an investor is just going to grow.